Alright, hey Mom, let's try this again, shall we? I reloaded not the most recent save, but one back, so that hopefully whatever was cut off when my internet provider was being a jerk, um, I'll get most of it.
Walgraf spotted a trap.
Okay. Oh, that got rid of the water. Haha.
I thought this shack would be abandoned, but it seems to be recently used.
And it has its very own foreboding hatch.
Foreboding hatch, where is that? You know, hatch? Tolerated it well? What is today? Thursday? You want to try, you want to try some, what is it called? Power wash on Saturday? I went to Bear Daughter for some reason. The names always move around. Okay. I'm down if you're down. Imp's notes. That was from the last house, the last place we were in. Poor blacksmith, poor fellow. Torn limb from limb by undead, no doubt. But thank you for this goodly house, good blacksmith. I'm in dire need of such a place a humble tinkerer can keep himself safe, a place he can fashion himself the master of his own destiny at last, a place from which he can watch from the bloody mist. Kaboom. That goes to Bear Daughter. To the conduit of the goddess, or however you prefer to call yourself, it has taken some time, but I have nearly fulfilled my promise. Brachus Rex has been located, and I am prepared to restore him once I've acquired the information you seek. I will write to you immediately. If you desire to return his remains, you will need to know the way. Here's what you must do. Enter the ancient church in the outskirts of Sicile. On 4 of its walls, you'll find 4 unique paintings. Lift these and press the buttons beneath. They will move the altar in the middle of the floor far enough for you to enter the layer below. Once inside, your amulet will be sufficient to deactivate the barrier. Await the door within, or enter the door within, and Brachus Rex will await you. I have heard of the White Witch's fate, and I have no desire to cross you as she must have. I am not like your sister. I will not disappoint you in this matter. Until we speak again, Dr. Theleron Hashnator. What a name. Strong male bracers. Letter addressed to Theleron. I'm sending you a new apprentice. She is more powerful than you by tenfold, but appearances are appearances, and I don't want to raise a single eyebrow. Do not deviate, Doctor, or you may find yourself in a rather unfortunate situation indeed. Brachus Rex will see the light of day once more. You will serve so that he may serve she who is greater than us all. Signed, the Conduit. Through blood her power flows, through blood her triumph grows. There's another letter addressed to him. To the good Dr. Theleron, you have denied my divinity, but you were wise not to deny my power. I wait eagerly for the results of your search. Patience, however, has never particularly become me. I expected that finding Brachus Rex would have been a matter of weeks, not months, for a researcher as practiced as yourself. I have left you with the bloodstones of such power that reviving him sufficiently to answer a simple query should have hardly been a problem. I hope I won't regret entrusting this to you, Doctor. Signed, the Conduit of the Goddess. And then his diary. Aventurus 9. My research continues to weave down interesting and long-forgotten paths. Night after night, I find myself drawn into esoteric tomes, convinced, perhaps foolishly, that one will yield the kernel I need. The eternal secret, if it is to be found, I will find it. The 22nd, a monumental day. In my searching, I have uncovered a tome containing the arcane mythology of those wretched sorcerer kings who nearly undid all of Rivellon. These myths, once widely believed by credulous peasants, have long been dismissed and discredited. Still, I promised myself that I'd leave no stone unturned in my pursuit of knowledge. The volume looked as though it received the same treatment as the barbaric King Brachus, whipped, burned, and left to dangle in the wind and hastily buried. The tome, the Book of the Immaculates it's called, claimed most insistently that Starstone, a petty crystal, could be imbued with the essence of life and used to heal men, even those teetering on the brink of death. At first I dismissed the proclamation as superstition. Still, as the hours wore on, the idea began to seem less and less ridiculous. These stones, mere shards, most often appeared in more than one mythology. Here the fallen tears of the Almighty, there the rejected stars of the cosmos. No matter the fiction, they always seem to retain some otherworldly origin. Fortunately, a starstone was hardly difficult to come by. I wrenched a shard the length of my finger from an old dagger passed down to me by generations of Hashnators before me. I inspected it closely, but still no special properties appeared to my naked eye. The book's instructions were clear enough, and I followed them exactly. It was no pleasure to slit the throat of one of Bertia's panicked roosters, but when I held in my hand a starstone turned from a dull blue to a deep swirling red, a stone that had seemed to throb alive in my very hand, the discomfort of the sacrifice vanished entirely. Bloodstone. 15th Junar. I'm not too modest to say my renown has spread far. Who else can heal the sick, the wounded, the nearly dead within a matter of minutes? Who else can return the spirit to a vessel nearly undone? And what about the vessel that has been undone? Though I have yet to make the attempt, I grow curious about the stone's true power. If it can heal wounds of every make and manner, might it also heal the ultimate wound? Might it also reverse death? Even now, as I write, her smoke and spices haunt me. Malia calls to me. She wants to come home. 20th. A strange guest has joined me. She said she knew my method and that she, messenger of the goddess, could help me achieve new heights of healing, as long as I promised to serve her. Naturally, my first guess was that she'd been touched by madness. Me, serve some false prophet? Unlikely. But despite her claims, the woman, calling herself the Conduit, does seem to know how to manipulate bloodstone in astounding ways. On her first night here, she took me at midnight to a forgotten cemetery outside Sicil's walls. I carried the shovel and she the bloodstone. Before mourning first light, and to my amazement, she had raised a long decayed skeleton into a walking automaton. The creature was grotesque, no more alive now than it had been for the last 100 years, but animated nonetheless. I must wonder, after what I've seen, if this mysterious stranger might hold the key I've been looking for. Life after death, life beyond death. The idea has set my mind ablaze. The 20th of Vernus. She has promised me everything. That is to say, the only thing I've ever wanted. The conduit says that she knows the secret to reanimating a corpse, not only with life, but with soul. She knows it would do anything to earn this information, but since I would not be fooled by her little act as some goddess's messenger, she has asked me to earn her secret in another way. I have now labored for the conduit a full month and have made surprising headway toward fulfilling her request. Soon enough, my end of the bargain will be complete, and then will come hers. 27th Vernus. The path that leads towards Brachus Rex is terrible and twisted, fraught with fiends, each more horrible than the last, but I seek them each by each, and I raise them one by one, and every second I stare into their vile, hell-sent face brings me closer to him. I will speak to the Source King. I will wrench from him the secret the conduit so craves, and when I present it to her, she will give me what I desire. 5th of Vernus. How can it be that a year has passed? Ah. How could I have been so close to finding Brachus Rex, yet so impossibly far from him? How long must I still suffer the plague of undead I have unleashed upon their doors? I have unleashed upon their doors in my pursuit. The conduit has grown impatient and sent her watchdog Evelyn to make sure I am adhering to my promise. The dagger she sets upon me with her every gaze will hardly hasten my progress. I am as desperate as anyone to raise the Source King.
Theleron? It's Theleron who's been raising the dead around Sicil.
That kindly doctor. We've got to confront him.
To have you back, Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes indeed.
Those boots are as far as a bridge go. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Oh, what now?
Whom would you have the Legion arrest?
I wanted to tell him to arrest Theleron. But I guess the game wants me to confront him instead.
These damn birds won't fetch more than a pittance.
Oh, hum.
He's not here, I might as well steal everything.
There's a man in town who sells paintings and treasure maps.
Forgot about that guy. Of course, Stellaron is missing. Hey, medium healing potion, nice. Absence of the seven gods. Nobody knows for certain why the gods left Urvalon. We cannot say for sure why they left, but estimations place it nearly 2,000 years ago. Wise folk from all over the country have studied the exodus of the gods. While the priests believe the gods are still among us and watch over us unseen so that they may judge us by our deeds, some scholars believe the gods never existed and are nothing more than fables. In the event of the Divine One's return, according to the prophecy, the Divine One will lead our people into a better world. But what will this new world look like? I have read nearly all texts regarding Reuben Farrell, the author of the prophecy, but the more I study his words, the more inconsistency I find. What kind of person would this Divine One be? Will every living being see his vision for the new world, or will the Divine One select individuals? According to prophecy, the Divine One will destroy all evil. How can lovers of creation advocate for destruction? Can the Divine One really distinguish between good and evil, or will he choose what is evil according to a preset moral code? Okay, where is Stellaron? Not in here.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Need a big change on your book with a wheel of the good stuff.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Aaron has as many friends
How lovely to see you again, haver of the beautifully shaped shoulders.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
What do these do?
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye
My map is slowly filling up with secrets.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Oh.
Join
Rome's
the
treasure.
Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
That's hard north. Okay. Let's go look that up real quick. That's that. So it's over here.
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Saiseal's ramparts.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
Ah, I'm dripping.
Cost me 600 gold. What was that? Oh.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
What's this? I found something.
Leadership and unbreakable.
Ugh, I'm dripping.
Oh, it does mark it. Okay. That was called the Undertaker's Hut.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Like I said, I'm sure as sin not the ghoul responsible for snatching that body. Far as I can reckon, your most likely suspects are Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus. How do you... Ah, the ledger, is it? Fool was I to leave it in the open. Or perhaps I even looked forward to being found out. Well, as you know, I have my suspects in the matter. What would you like to know?
About the bag of gold.
I never imagined myself thanking some strangers for taking my money. But in the end, I reckon you were right. I couldn't well enjoy something with such a dark cloud hanging over it.
Hey, what's up, Lucid? Yeah, the internet kind of stabilized, I think. I hope.
Ah, there it is.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Ah, the Source Hunter. Ah, if you must.
No. Interesting. I find it interesting how many times the game tells me, go find this person I've talked to 12 times, and now the person's gone. Dang it.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome, by all means. And what might those be?
Like, hey, you need to go talk to this person. Immediately he disappears. How does he know I'm coming? Chris.
To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those folks would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits!
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention!
Yeah, there was the guy who said he was going to the Legion for treatment. Perhaps we should check in on him.
To the barracks! Not!
Maybe I have to talk to Arhu about that one, because it says failed experiments. And I haven't asked Arhu about that until since he gave us that.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. By all means. But certainly, what would you like to know? And what might those be? So the Sparkmaster 5000 has been reduced to scrap, has it? A shame, really. But if your actions saved lives, I suppose you may consider its demise a success.
Did that change anything? No? So many people just go missing.